Multiple storms continue crashing into Western Europe, bringing warm air and wind-driven rain, but something much bigger is looming later this month which could completely alter the weather pattern. To understand why this could be happening later this month, let's take a look at the big picture. These three storms that I've circled are the reason why we're still seeing an active pattern across Western Europe, but of course these storms won't last forever, and once they do move over land, the first stage of this big pattern change occurs. A massive high pressure dome sitting behind this complex of storms will quickly take over the western portion of Europe, starting on December 14th. High pressure means stable and generally sunnier weather, so having a big dome of high pressure will put a temporary end to the relentless storms for places like the UK and France. December 15th through the 18th is when we expect the high pressure area to be most prevalent. Storms can't penetrate an area of higher pressure, so they need to find a different path. This will send the storms on a collision course directly into Iceland before dropping south and east towards Scandinavia. This is why I predicted a dry start before becoming stormier in my December weather forecast a couple days ago. But now turn your attention towards the north on December 19th. This is the second stage of this big pattern change. This large and powerful storm that you see here could be responsible for pushing aside the high pressure area, which could alter the weather for millions of Europeans. On December 20th, we see a strong Arctic cold front descending across northern and central Europe before arriving in southern areas by the 21st. At this point, a few questions may arise, such as who will get snow and how cold it will get. Unfortunately, at this point in time, it's impossible to know exactly who will get snowfall or the worst cold, but let's see what we do know. Firstly, I'm confident in a shift in the storm track which will bring much heavier precipitation to Iceland and the Nordic countries like I mentioned moments ago. To put this into perspective, take note of the snowfall forecast for December 9th through the 12th before the pattern change. Then compare the snowfall forecast through December 19th. Notice how places like Iceland and Western Norway go from almost no snowfall to very significant totals, all because of that high pressure area to the south changing the path of these storms. Places in the yellow could see between 30 and 50 centimeters of snowfall, with areas in the red seeing as much as 100 centimeters of snow, with some of the highest elevations seeing well over 100 centimeters of snowfall. This is only the first part of the upcoming pattern change, but it's the second part of this pattern change which could potentially unleash widespread cold across much of Europe after December 19th. We can see here on the weekly outlook for December 23rd through the 30th, a large red area right around Greenland and surrounding areas. This represents high pressure, much like what's coming to Western Europe very soon. But now notice the temperature forecast across Europe for the exact same time frame, and look at all that cold air. This is because the Greenland block can cause the jet stream to move southward over Europe, which can allow for cold air to spill in, and in some cases this also applies to the eastern United States. That's going to be all for this forecast. I'll be keeping you updated on these incoming changes to the weather pattern, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss these updates when they're released. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.